up, everybody? Welcome to the Funny Won't Stop podcast here at the Funny Stop Comedy Club. I'm Bill Stone. Today with me I have Bill Squire, co-host of the Alan Cox Show with WMMS, stand-up comic, and all-around amazing guy. What's up?
Not much, man. All right.
And that is not a joke, because I say that because since I've been doing stand-up, every time I've got a chance to work with you, you're not only hilarious, but you're really comfortable to deal with when it comes to the local comedy community. You're very accessible.
Yeah, probably too accessible. I should be less accessible.
I don't know. Again,
stop talking to me. Leave me alone. No, I'm kidding.
I remember.
It's basically golden rule stuff. Like, I didn't like the people that are like douchebag gatekeepers. Like, you know, I can be honest with you and still be kind. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have to be a dick. Like, I never understood that. Like,
right.
People they want to act like they're better than somebody. Like, no, comedy will humble us enough. We don't have to be mean to each other. Right.
Precisely. First time I met you was at a show you ran out in Cleveland at a small pub. I'm trying to remember the name of it, of the venue itself. But it was a stand and deliver show.
Oh, East End.
East End. I love East End. I walk in and you were sitting in the back of that little room back there, and you were like, "Hi," and I'm like, "I'm Bill Squire, and do you want some tickets to?" And it was some concert or something you had for the radio station.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, "Wow!" And not only is he nice, but he's offering me free shit already.
Well,
and he never has sense.
Yeah.
I turned him down that one night, and I've never got offered it.
You should have said yes. You get one chance, and you blew it. How accessible am I now?
Just simple questions. First of all, and I don't think I've ever asked it, how exactly did you get your job with WMMS?
There was an opening, and they auditioned a bunch of different talents in Cleveland, and I was the one that they chose. So it was an audition process when they had, the previous guy was let go, and they go, all right, we're gonna bring in. There's like me, Mike Farrell, Joe Howard, I think Brian Mitchell, who's an Akron guy. I think he's in New York now. They had a bunch of guys that are all really funny, mm-hmm. So I was lucky enough to be the one that they went with.
Yeah, Howard's actually probably the only name I really recognize. Right there. But and how much of an audition process was it?
Like a month and a half. It was a long time.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like it was a month or so of them auditioning people, because it was right around when they went on break for Christmas. So it was there was 2 weeks of like limbo there, and then like it was all of January, and then I was hired at the beginning of February. But like by the middle of January, I had pretty much been the one that they chose, and I was the one that was filling in every day, but it wasn't official till February. So it just felt like a very long process for me, because I was the one like waiting, like, am I gonna get the job or not? So like a lot of stress there.
Now, in the auditioning process, did they obviously there was probably an initial interview process with just you, but how soon did they test you on the radio, or at least see how?
Oh, there was the radio right away.
Really?
Yeah, it was just they put you on there and see what you can do, and then if you did good, they keep bringing you back, kind of thing.
Wow. Yeah. I thought it would be more like we're to talk to you first, and then kind of see your personality.
Well, they already knew me from other times I'd been a guest on there, so they had an idea of what I could do. And same with everybody else that had been on. So it was just, but it worked out. Yeah, just like they were kind of rotating through 3 or 4 of us for a while, and then I was the one that they stuck with.
Now, what did you do before that?
Stand-up comedy.
Before stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy.
That's all you've ever done?
Basically.
You probably had small.
I had small jobs. Like I worked for my dad when I was high schooler, Bob and stuff like that. But for the past 18 years, I've done stand-up comedy and radio.
Wow.
And those are like my adult jobs. So I started working on the road as a stand-up comic I started in 2004, started working regularly in 2005, because I just like went at it, took everything I could, wasn't worried about making money, went into a lot of debt. I don't recommend it, but it's the kind of debt that you can get rid of, not that student loan debt. So
God, tell me about it.
Yeah. So I had some financial hardship for time, but I was able to get good at stand-up fast because it was just all I focused on.
And then from your comedy, you raise kids.
Yeah.
Which being a parent.
Yeah.
Which is not easy, and because I was just talking to my wife about that last night. Because I'm 43, and I just started this about 4 years ago, and I don't know what I would have done in my 20s if I actually started trying to do this in my 20s, raising 3 kids.
Yeah, it was a weird decision.
No, not necessarily.
But it gave me a lot of perspective that other comics my age didn't have, and especially because I was doing a lot of before for a lot of people that are older than me that had kids. It made it so that it kind of bridged the gap. So instead of them being like, oh, he's this young guy that's never lived any real experience, once I was able to start talking about having kids and being, going through what I went through with them, it was very relatable for the crowds that I was performing for.
Yeah, and here I could barely keep it together when I was younger as a parent, because I had my first son at 19. Mm-hmm. I graduated high school June '98. And had my son 13 days later.
Oh wow!
And she was pregnant most of my senior year, and she was 2 years into college already at Kent.
Okay.
So it's like I just went parent right out of the gate, and so I couldn't. I always wanted to entertain, but I couldn't fathom actually doing it when I was younger. So the whole fact that you went for it and was able to be a parent at the same time, to me, is unbelievably impressive. Because it's something I don't think I could have actually.
Well, I had a lot of help. Like, even though I'm not together with her mom anymore, she was a great mom on her own. So like, I was there for a lot, as much as I could, but I was on the road a lot too. So I give her a lot of credit for being a very good mom and very supportive of my career at the same time.
No, definitely, because my wife would have probably murdered me at some point.
Oh, there's definitely times when she wanted to.
Yeah, like I said, I have only been doing stand-up for 4 years, and she tried to murder me many times before now.
Many more since. More to come.
You talk about in your stand-up, your growing up. You were from Mormon background?
Yes, I was raised Mormon in Northeast Ohio. A lot of people think that if you're Mormon, you're from Utah, but we're a Northeast Ohio family. Like my grandpa's from Arizona area, and like there's roots back to Utah, but he worked for Sherwin-Williams and CIA actually. CIA or FBI? One of them. Which one was Edgar Hoover, the FBI?
FBI.
Yeah, FBI. So he worked in the Cleveland branch of the FBI, and then became the head of security for Sherwin-Williams. And so we were like my dad grew up in North Olmsted, and then I grew up in born in Berea, then grew up in Medina, a little stint in Strongsville. I've been in the Northeast Ohio area my whole life.
Wow. And you said, I believe you also talk about in your act that you did missionary work when you were younger too?
Yeah, I was a Mormon missionary in the Philippines from the ages of 20 to 22, and that ended poorly. You can actually check that. I got a story about that on my special Bam Bam that's available on my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. It's kind of like the Cliff Notes version, and then I've told, I've gone in depth on a few podcasts where I kind of dig into it and tell the stories. I think a few episodes of my podcast even.
Mm-hmm. Now, Bill here has, he had his last album that came out was Bam Bam. It was an amazingly good album. And I believe you had, how many more albums do you have before that?
So I got a bunch because I did it, like I would just record stuff and throw it up because it's so easy to self-produce stuff. But I did Sarcasm Buzz, Just Say Your Jokes, which is also a special. Did that one and put it on YouTube like before that was like a thing. Like it was 2012 when I think I posted it, or I think when I recorded it 2012, I posted it in 2000. No, recorded in 2011, posted in 2012. So it's been up there for a while. Then I did Crowded, which I recorded here, and then I did what else? Decisions Aren't My Thing, and The Legend of Bill Squire, and then Bam Bam.
Now Bill's here this week at the Funny Stop recording his newest special. Now this special you're recording, is it going to be an album and like a video, or what kind of special is this?
It's a comedy special. It's going to be video, and it's going to go on my YouTube channel. I built a pretty good following on YouTube, so I'm going to put it up there and just let people watch, and hopefully it takes off. Because
Sweet.
I think it's really good. I'm really proud of. We shot 2 shows last night. We're shooting 2 tonight, and they were awesome. And I think we're going to have some really good stuff. And I think it's really, really funny, challenging, dark material. That's it's got some silliness to it. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Now, with that being said, so you've recorded this. When do you think?
Another day.
You have a date. The reason why is because if we can expedite this episode just to kind of also promote.
I want to do it November 22nd is the goal to get it out.
Oh yeah, this will be up by the beginning of October.
Yeah, so before that Tuesday before Thanksgiving, so everybody has a chance to watch it over Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, well, we're saying it now. Squire's new special will be on his YouTube channel come this November before Thanksgiving, correct?
Yes.
You said the exact date was?
November 22nd.
November 22nd. So, look, does your special have a name?
It's called Pure BS.
That's perfect. No, and it was kind of funny. Originally, we were going to have Mark Malloy here joining us because I usually like to bring in another local comic to co-host these episodes with me, and I knew Marty was going to be here, so I was going to hopefully if he was here.
Usually he's here 3 hours before any show, so it's weird that he's not.
But yeah, subsequently my name obviously Bill Stone BS, Bill Squire BS. Marty, even though he was Marty, his stage name before that was Schizo Bill, which is an SB.
Yeah.
But. And which, by the way, because this is probably going to be up and there's still going to be voting going on, but Marty's doing that
Kenan Thompson's best comic or whatever.
Yeah, Kenan Thompson's best comic. Mark Malloy is going to have a link to voting for him on Facebook. Definitely, if you get a chance, go on there and vote for Marty to get him through on that.
It's Martin Malloy, or Facebook.com/veryfunnycomedy.
Yeah, I'm so glad you had him on the Alan Cox show the other day.
So
I did not know that he was studying to be a lawyer.
Oh yeah. He's had a lot of schemes and plans over the years. I remember the lawyer years. He was trying. I mean, he's a good student. He's very smart.
Well, that's just because he's got everything he's had go on. It's just I guess maybe it could be lost on some people. Right. The background he has, the amount of intelligence, and then stuff like that. He was working on what? He said his second master's.
Second master's, and I think he wants. I can't remember exactly all of it, but yeah, he works. I got my good associate's degree right there. With that, I paid way too much money. Got a high school diploma that I didn't earn.
Where'd you go to high school? Where'd you see you went to high school?
Medina.
Yeah. And other than that, we're going to wrap this up here because you got a lot of setting up to do. But I appreciate you coming on here and talking to me.
Appreciate it.
And definitely check out that special come this November. It's going to be hilarious. And obviously watch him on the Alan Cox show online and listen to what is the time frame?
2 to 6:30.
Yeah, I never know when it starts. I always listen to it somewhere towards the end of the day.
Yeah, 2 to 6:30 weekdays.
Yeah, it is. The show is amazing, hilarious, and honestly, Mary Santora is on there. We had Mary on here, and we actually lost the episode.
Oh no!
Shortly after we filmed it, where Pete had actually come through here, tripped on the light, knocked it over, fell, flipped off the cameras, told all of us we could go fuck ourselves, and then walked away, and we lost.
Sorry about trying to promote your club, Pete.
So thanks for watching the Funny Won't Stop podcast. I'm Bill Stone. See you later.